Hey, this is Ray's Radio, and today I'm going to be talking about identity. Worldview changes, identity collapsing, identity crisis. The reason I want to talk about this is because I've done a lot of little bits and bytes about food, and my podcast is food and healing, so I want to share healing things as well. And I think it's really important to open and be vulnerable and share stories, and I even like to share things while I'm in them, which I think is important. And I mean, of course, there's part of me that knows that I should be waiting to share something like this until I am fully through it. But I think that it's also important to share our stories sometimes when we're in them as a means of helping us sort them out in our head. And like we're always creating meaning, and it's good and bad. It's like there's medicine in that. That's beautiful. But then sometimes it's also like you're causing yourself more pain. So for me, I just went through this amazing, incredible, dark, heavy identity crisis and a tearing apart of so many pieces and pillars that were me. And, if you've ever been through this before, or if you're in this right now, it's really challenging. And it's challenging to our spirit. It's challenging to the mind. It's really heavy. And there's that really incredible piece about it where it's like that fear of success. It's like, if I fully let go of these parts of me that I had held on to for so long, who do I have to be after that? And that's scary. It's like stepping into the unknown without any guarantee that when you get there, things are going to be okay. And you have to just have that trust that the universe has your back. But when you haven't quite done that step yet, when you're still in that liminal space of seeing which parts have fallen away before you step into the new, there's this huge question mark of, okay, does the universe have my back? I don't even know what my back looks like right now. What does my back even look like for my universe to have? I don't even know. So I think it's really important to share that, when we're going through these times of questioning things that we thought we knew, unlearning, when we get to see things from a totally different perspective, and we have these new doors open in our minds or doors closed, I think it's just really important to remember to take care of ourselves. I think that can be, one of the first things that falls away. And it's totally our humanness for us to be like, emotionally, I'm falling apart, so I'm going to let everything else slide too. Like today I thought about eating a ton of junk food. I thought about driving through fast food restaurants. I thought about going to buy beer. These are all things that I do not participate in anymore. And yet I was thinking about them, and I'm like, that's fascinating. And it's fascinating to observe ourselves in these places where we're like going to find these old coping mechanisms to support a new body, and it doesn't match up anymore. Like energetically, I know that I can't put fast food or booze in my body anymore. Like I know that I don't actually want those things. But it was like this muscle memory of like, emotionally you're bad, so you need to fill the void with these things. Somehow that'll make you feel better. And so I just practiced mindfulness where I observed, wow, that's really interesting, Raina. What a funny thought. That's very interesting. And I didn't judge myself, and I didn't shame myself, and I didn't feel bad about it. I just watched myself. And then I decided, I have to take care of myself, even though I don't feel like it, but I know that that's going to actually make me feel better. So I'm doing all the things that I know are going to support my physical body while my emotional body and my spirit are dealing with this heavy change. And I'm going to journal, I'm going to bath, I'm going to drink water, I'm going to eat vegetables. Like one of my clients says, yeah, all the basic dumb shit. Yes, all the basic dumb shit. Exactly. It's so simple. Walking, eating veggies, staying hydrated. All the basic dumb shit is going to support me right now, even though I feel like my mind and my spirit and my emotions and all of that is crumbling. And as we step into this, or prepare to step into this new place, it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to keep going and to not want to slip back into those old energetics of well, I'll stay small over here. Or maybe oh, I'll try to hide in this corner and grab some of those old pieces and hold on to them even though they don't really feel right anymore. That was never a thought. It's the pillars have crumbled. I'm leaving them in this room and I'm just starting to open the door to go into the next room. I don't even know what's in the next room. And I think when we're going through these identity creation pieces or recreation pieces, it's helpful to remember that I've been here before and I'm going to be here again, and that this is that life and death cycle, and things are going to crumble. Something else that I'm going to discover or be excited about or go really deep into or, put my whole soul and life and work into. And then something happens and you have to start questioning that as well. Or something in that crumbles or the dark side of that comes out and you realize, that's not what I thought that was. So I've been, staying open to the process of what this looks like for me, how this is changing hour by hour, day by day. But it feels like a breakup. When we're leaving these old pieces of ourselves behind, it really feels like a breakup. I'll take a nap or I'll wake up in the morning and the first thing I think of right away, oh, right, I'm in that. And I feel like one of my phases might be like that meme where the guy's all crazy-eyed and he's got 100 sticky notes on the wall and there's arrows and rubber bands and messages and all of this, all these connecting the dots things. I feel like that might have to be one of my steps in this process of undoing some of this. And I have done that before. I have physically done that meme. My first apartment that I had before I became nomadic, my first apartment that I had in Penticton after studying nutrition, holistic nutrition in Kitsilano, I had this really sweet little $600 a month apartment in Penticton. And I filled one of the entire living room walls with so many things that I learned in nutrition school. I had all these arrows. It was GMOs, Monsanto, and soil, and our grocery stores, and it was just madness. But it was part of me processing a lot of the darkness that I had learned and physically putting it out so that I could lay it out and be okay, now what? What do I do with this knowledge? And so I think that's why journaling and, some of these other physical pieces can be so helpful, because once we get it out of our body and look at it, it's okay, now what? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this now because I think I can probably share a lot more later on. But I think this is a really good intro. If you're in that place where you are changing your mind about something, maybe it's something around food that you've long held. Maybe it's something about diets that you've long believed, or something that changed your mind about something and you went, oh crap. Either I was wrong about that, or I was taught wrong about that, or I've held that for so long and holding it gave me something. Holding that belief gave me something, and now I have to let that go. Who do I have to be on the other side of this? It is terrifying and it is super exciting. And I love, 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 as an artist, creator, writer, love the process of this super, super dark and beautiful breaking down and recreating. We are going to blossom together. I'd love for you to join my Facebook group. It's called Food and Healing with Raina Lutz. The link is in my bio, and I so appreciate you being here. You can also follow me on Instagram at Raina Dawn Lutz. Thank you for listening.